Hi there, I'm Sandra Wilson, clinical hypnotherapist who works with ADHD, anxiety and trauma. So I've been asked by a few clients, how do I know if my anxiety is just plain old anxiety or is it related to my ADHD? So I thought I would attempt to answer that question in this video. So ADHD symptoms, they're very common symptoms, include trouble focusing, trouble organising, forgetfulness, hyperactivity, which can also show up mentally, forgetfulness, impulsivity, and these conditions, these symptoms do relate directly to the condition itself. It's the way neurodiverse brains are wired. So these are what we call the core symptoms, and I'm sure there are many more than I've just mentioned. So anxiety, on the other hand, is a nervous system survival response that's designed to get you out of danger. So you'll notice the classic symptoms like rapid heart rate, sweaty palms, upset tummy, maybe spiraling negative thoughts, poor sleep, etc. So when I see clients with ADHD who are also struggling with anxiety, and it's very, very common, it's sometimes the case that the anxiety can stem from these core symptoms more, in a direct way. So for example, you might feel anxious about being on time for an appointment and you just spend the whole day on high alert just in case you get distracted and miss the bus or whatever. But often anxiety in ADHD sufferers can run much deeper, and it's tied to how they perceive themselves in a world where they feel they just can't function, maybe as well as neurotypical people, or just be themselves without having to mask their condition to fit in. So many people with ADHD don't realise they have the condition until later in life, and this is especially true for women. So as they grow up, their nervous systems learn to adapt to protect them, and the nervous system shifts more into what we call the survival mode or the sympathetic state. So chronic long-term perfectionism, which is really just a form of anxiety, people pleasing, low self-esteem, the anxiety from constantly trying to mask or fit in, an intolerance of boredom, because boredom can cause a lot of anxiety in people with ADHD, and rejection sensitivity. So this is huge, and the idea that you will be rejected by a person or even by society as a whole can show up as such intense anxiety. So you hold yourself back in life. You don't ask that person out on a date. You don't apply for that job. You don't even put forward your opinion because you are so afraid of the pain of being rejected or not accepted. And finally, the burnout, the anxiety that arises from trying to do too much, spinning too many plates. So yes, anxiety can feel a lot more intense in people with ADHD, even if it's just, like the normal kind of anxiety that we feel every day. So people with ADHD might additionally have more of a challenge coping with the overwhelming feelings of anxiety. So anyway, I hope that has answered the question. And if you'd like to know more about how hypnotherapy can help you with the anxiety that comes from the ADHD symptoms or all of the other things I mentioned, do get in touch. Bye for now.